Hi, I'm Mark. This is my October review for Sagittarius Sun sign and Sagittarius rising. This month we have two full moons. The first is in Aries, your fellow fire sign, on the 1st of October. The second is in Taurus on the 31st of October. And this is a blue moon, but it's a calendar blue moon because they both happen in October. It's not an astrological blue moon because they need to be in the same sign, so it doesn't have the same significance. Now let's look at the first one. The first one is in your 5th house. So this one may bring up issues about freedom and closeness. It may bring up issues about how you express yourself in love, your creative expression. It's also conjunct the healing planet Chiron. So there's a chance here to heal past wounds regarding these issues. Also, because it's the healing planet, it may be that you could be interested in being a healer yourself and doing healing, and that's a great way to use your self-expression. These are ideas that will come around with this moon. On the 3rd, Venus moves into your 10th house of career and destiny. Now this is usually a signal that there are important choices to be made, either concerning your career or on the chosen path that you're treading. There's also a chance for improvement and development within these areas. It could be that you need to foster good relationships because that will help you to progress. If you're noticed and you do good work, you will benefit. On the 4th, Pluto, who's in your 2nd house, goes direct. Now Pluto's been retrograde for about 6 months, so it's put a hold on things. Things haven't been going as smoothly, but you should have had time to think about things. Now this is highlighted in your financial area, because Pluto's in your 2nd house. So now is a time to purge, so you need to get rid of all those possessions that you don't need. Make some money by selling them online. Also, you need to look at your worth, because it's about self-worth as well. So all these things you've been thinking about over the last 6 months, now it's time to actually do something about them. Because as Pluto moves direct, it will demand that you transform things, change them for the better. So this is good for business, this is good for gaining recognition, it's good for gaining and empowering yourself. Now, the thing is with Pluto moving direct, he will be challenged because there are several aspects coming up this month, which we'll talk about a bit later, that will test whether you're on the right track. And it will test whether you have resolved issues. If not, they will be highlighted again. More about that later. On the 8th, it's one of those days where you'll be preoccupied with thought. It could be that you need to just take time out that day. It's not a day for communicating outside. It's a time for inner thought and inner communication. You may come up with some great ideas. You may have flashes of inspiration on this day if you can quieten the mind down. Now, on the 9th, it's the first of those tests we were talking about. Pluto, now direct, meets Mars. So we have God of the underworld versus the God of war. So you can imagine what could happen. Now, the Pluto we know is in your house of finances, Mars is in the house of self-expression. So there may be some link here between earning money and how you express yourself. Maybe that you are self-employed and you need to communicate and express yourself creatively with people. These sort of issues could come up now. It could be that you're not expressing yourself clearly enough. It could be that you're not giving people the right impression. So we could have power struggles and misunderstandings here. But whatever happens today, if issues come up, then you're not on the right path. So you need to examine things so that you can make changes quickly and then move forward. On the 10th, it's a good day for exploring opportunities, especially contacting friends or networking with people, because you may find someone who can help you to achieve your aims and goals, especially in the financial area. It's good for business. Then on the 11th, it's another good day. this is a good day for exploring changes you can make within your daily routine. This could be changes at work and how you work, or if you're at home, it could be how you can make your day a lot easier and a lot more pleasant. On the 15th, Pluto, as we said, has moved forward now, will receive a challenge. This time it's to test your plan, your goal, to see if it stands up. If it does, then all is well, you're on the right track. If not, if it comes under scrutiny and things don't add up or don't pan out, then you need to make changes. And these changes could either be small changes or one large change, but you need to do them quickly so that you can get back on track. On the 16th, there's a new moon, and this new moon is very important for you because it contacts the North Node. The North Node is our destiny, our way forward. So this aspect can be very interesting because it's in your 7th house. 7th house is about other people. So someone, it could be a friend, a partner, a business partner. You're going to have some kind of conversation where something comes out of this that will point you in the right direction, give you a new avenue to explore. Now the North Node is about new things, exciting things. Sometimes it makes you fearful because it's so different. But this is a time when you can use your existing knowledge to try a new avenue, go in a different direction. On the 17th and 18th, there's a couple of difficult aspects that you need to work through. The first is Sun opposite Mars, and Mars is in your 5th house. We talked earlier in the video about your self-expression. Are you expressing yourself well? Are you expressing yourself in love relationships and other forms? This is where there may be a test. If you get angry today, then you're not expressing yourself correctly. You're not getting across your point to other people. You're not engaging correctly. You need to examine why you got angry and make necessary changes. On the 18th, you'll focus on finances because you have a square to Saturn in your money house. Now here, if you've taken the responsibility to finances and you've been dutiful to yourself and to others, then there'll be no problem. If you're not got things on track and money's getting out of hand, then you'll need to make adjustments. You need to put your house back in order. On the 21st, the Black Moon Lilith moves into your 6th house. So over the next year, you'll need to examine all the areas connected with the 6th house. This means you'll be looking at how you take care of yourself, your diet, your exercise. You'll also be looking at your daily routines, how you can improve them. And if you're not happy with those things, you may need to change them. You may not be happy with your work, so you may think about changing your work or changing the role. These will all happen over the next year as the Black Moon transits your 6th house. Then between the 23rd and the 28th, you need to make sure that you have all loose ends tied up. You need to make sure all communications are completed. Any paperwork that you need to do, get all that finished. Any difficult conversations you need to have them now, because on the 28th, Mercury turns retrograde. And when Mercury's retrograde, communication is a lot harder for everyone. And it's difficult. People misunderstand things. People misinterpret things. So get everything tidied up, all the loose ends sorted, and you'll be okay for the 28th when Mercury goes retrograde. Now at the end of the month on the 31st is the second full moon that we talked about earlier in the video. Now here, the Sun has moved into your 12th house, so you'll be more withdrawn, you'll be more thoughtful, you'll be looking inward more. The Moon is in Taurus in your 6th house. This is the area of work and everyday routines that we talked about with the Black Moon Lilith moving in there. So with the full moon, it's a time to start to make changes. It's a time to make these changes because you need them to progress, you need them to grow. So the sooner you start them, the better. So this is a good time to think about things and reflect, because the full moon is about reflection, it's about endings. So you need to put an end to any patterns that are counterproductive, and put new regimes, new patterns in that will help you to grow. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you'd like to leave a comment, I'd be glad to hear from you.